In a small village lying between two vast mountains, there was a strange and ancient problem. Every year, as the summer solstice arrived, the sun cast a long shadow of Mount Durgan directly upon the village's only water spring. The shadow would cover the spring for 7 full days, and during this time, the water would stop flowing. For centuries, the villagers accepted this mysterious phenomenon, calling it the curse of the mountain. This annual week without water was devastating. Crops wilted, cattle suffered, and families rationed every last drop. Over the decades, many scholars, monks, engineers, and even outsiders tried to find solutions. Some tried drilling wells, others attempted to redirect rivers, but nothing worked. The problem persisted. Then came a boy named Anshu. Anshu was the son of a potter, born into a family so poor that they often ate just 1 meal a day. But what Anshu had lacked in wealth, he had in quiet determination. As a child, he watched his mother walk miles every year during the cursed week, searching for water with a clay pot on her head. The pain in her eyes struck deeper into Anshu's heart than any hunger ever could. One day, when he was 14, Anshu stood near the spring during the solstice and whispered to himself, "I will move the shadow." The idea was so ridiculous, even to him, that he laughed. But something in his heart told him not to stop. The next day, he returned with a small mirror, a broken shard from an old lantern. He held it up toward the sun and tried to reflect its light onto the spring. Villagers passing by stopped and stared. A farmer jeered, "Boy, you'll reflect yourself to madness before you reflect sunlight through a mountain." Others laughed. "He's poor and has no brain. Let him play with his mirror." But Anshu didn't stop. Every day, at the same hour when the spring began to dim, Anshu came with his mirror. Then he added another. He found every reflective surface he could: old pots, broken glasses, even polished stones. He spent hours figuring out angles, experimenting with how light bounced and scattered. By the time he was 15, he had built a wooden platform to hold multiple mirrors, carefully positioned on a nearby tree. Villagers started calling him the light lunatic. But year after year, he returned, adding more mirrors, tweaking their angles, learning from failures. He carved logs, built simple adjustable arms, and studied the sun's path through the seasons. His small wooden house became a shrine of reflection. Then, on the 7th year, when Anshu was 21, something strange happened. The villagers gathered as usual to collect their final buckets of water before the solstice. The spring was expected to go dry by noon, but that year, it didn't. Anshu stood beside a massive wooden structure, an intricate lattice of over 300 reflective panels, each hand-built, polished, and placed with perfect precision. As the mountain's shadow began to fall, the sunlight, instead of fading, shifted and danced, redirected by his mirrors. Like sunlight stitched together from a dream, a ribbon of golden warmth lit up the spring. For the first time in history, the spring kept flowing. The crowd was silent. The same people who laughed now stood in awe. Some wept. An old man who had mocked Anshu for years fell to his knees and kissed his feet. Word spread far and wide. Scientists, photographers, and journalists came from cities to witness the miracle of the boy who moved the shadow. They asked him how he did it. Anshu simply said, "1 mirror at a time." Moral of the story: greatness isn't always found in strength, genius, or wealth. Sometimes it lies in the heart of a quiet boy with a mirror and a dream. Consistency, even when ridiculed, can do what genius and luck alone cannot. True change happens not when you start strong, but when you keep going, even when no one believes.